Good morning, everyone. It is 3 a.m., 5/19/2021. So today, I'm up pretty early. I usually am. And I'm hammering out things to talk about to you today. This book's one review by Adam Shanks. Wonder what his golf stroke's like. Depending on the street, paying to park in downtown Spokane could soon be more expensive. So I'm reading this article about downtown prices. The city will charge between 50 cents and $3 an hour, depending on the demand for that spot. Now, I'm not sure how to address certain city council decisions, the way they're going about designing our city. I think we've had some successes. I don't necessarily want to just criticize the things that have been done in the name of betterment by this city council or previous ones. That's not what the Spokane experience should be about, or its goal, just to criticize. But and so the reality of what previous councils have done and what the current councils are doing is what it is. What was a better answer? I don't know. Hindsight's 2020. We don't like 2020, that's for sure. But there's this dichotomy of stupidity. As many of you know, a couple of years ago, I was what you call a chronically homeless person, and then I call them intensive care homeless people. Someone who's stuck on the streets, homeless, for over 9 months. I was down there for 2 freaking years. And of course, when I got off the streets, things started changing for the better. They always wait till after I'm almost dead and I've figured my own way out before they institute these great little. I like to think that somehow maybe my being there complaining about how awful their programs are and how stupid they were might have encouraged some of them to try to change them. I doubt it. That's kind of my own ego. So, Catholic charities are financially responsible for many of these new low-income apartments that are most of them, a lot of them, are in a certain downtown area. By the Mission, off of Ruby and Main, Ruby and Third, Ruby and Sprague, or Division and Sprague, Brown, and something needed to be done. I mean, in the last 3 to 4 years, 5 to 7 new low-income apartment buildings have been built in the downtown area. And we still have something of a significant homeless problem downtown. I can only imagine how bad it would have been if they didn't. So I don't want to say that it was done in vain or anything like that, but what were already impoverished areas that were hard to maintain businesses because of the poverty and homeless population that seemed to dwell there, now it's rampant. Especially with the new Washington State or Spokane police policies of not enforcing certain small amounts of possession laws. I don't see it getting better. Uh, One of the problems when looking at the numbers of I was reading the city council's housing uh, goals and programs. Pardon me, real quick. And they talk about areas where people are, what's the word? Displaced, or you know, where renters are coming and going, and long-term renting seems to be uh, the exception, not the rule. And so, as we talk about the problems of Spokane and the homeless, what I rarely hear about, okay, we hear about developers and the cost of housing and the cost of rentals and a lot of different things, which I think is really not at all the issue. It's always what people like to hear is the issue. Oh, we need more housing, and businesses need less regulations, and blah 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 blah. And while these points of view and battling interests uh, need to be heard, and they're valid points on certain levels, uh, I think it distracts from a healthy uh, discussion or approach to the actual homeless problem, poverty problem. Um, Again, if you watch any of my videos, you know I have a different theory about how we need to address the homeless population, and what we're tragically lacking in these programs that are supposed to be helping the homeless get off the streets. It's such a industry, and most drug addicts and homeless people are basically just tools to be sabotaged once they get in their programs. These programs don't do a lot to help retrain someone who have lost the habits and the abilities that are vital in establishing long-term rentals or homes. And that means you're just setting them up. You're paying them to fail in 6 to 9 months, and they have to start the process all over. And this is why homeless populations increase and are not getting better. I have solutions for this, but as of right now, nobody listens to me. So thank you for listening to me today. All right, so the point I want to address here, which I'm not great at, is the fact that the city council seems to be in love with talking about marginalized people, creating solutions for these communities, at the same time catering to downtown businesses. About a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, there was a proposed shelter that was going to be instituted on Havana and Spray. But somebody somewhere, whether it was residents or someone, got up in arms about the price of their homes and bringing poverty to that area. It's kind of a joke because it's already kind of run down. And so instead of spreading out the homeless population, which I think is vital to helping these people not get in the same routine as other homeless people, which help other people get in the same routine as homeless people, which just influences them to continue the habits of homeless people, which encourages them to be homeless. The focusing of the homeless downtown may seem like it's not just our city council's fault. This is kind of the general thinking of most city councils, it would seem, that put all these ugly people who, drug addicts who are not in the same area so we can watch them and keep track of them and try to help them. Well, it just encourages a whole different species of citizens. And monkey see, monkey do is a serious, serious problem, in my opinion. But okay, so getting to the point, increased parking downtown. So I lived downtown for about a year, and I got a vehicle finally because my life started getting together, and suddenly I realized I can't afford to have a Jeep, have a vehicle downtown, because it's almost as expensive to park a car downtown when you live downtown as it is to live downtown. I mean, pound for pound. Um, if you're trying to help the homeless and you've funneled them to an area that is disproportionately more expensive than other areas to live, you're disproportionately not helping them. Okay, and I just don't understand how these people who should be researching this stuff should be smart enough or bright enough to understand. Look, if you take poor people who already lack resources, and then you put those resources in an area where all the normal resources are not only, but are 3 times more expensive than normal resources anywhere other in the city, you're making those people even more desperate, and you're making them even more impoverished versus having something out on Sprague or maybe on North Division or somewhere up north where the prices of food aren't 3 times more at the convenience stores, where the price of parking isn't 3 times more than anywhere else in the city. This philosophy of help is just moronic at times. I just I look at the city council. I'm like, are we just voting pretty people in? Are we just voting people who say, I'm going to stop homelessness, I'm going to bring business here, without ever listening to their proposals or plans or holding them accountable for this? I mean, look, I understand like previous city councils and we have what we have. Well, how, they take issues up as if they don't relate to other issues. Like, oh, the Spokane Stadium. That is such a moronic. Look, I'm going to say it right now. Today is 5/19/2021. If we come back to this video in 2023, I will guarantee you there's going to be a controversy about that stadium, or 2025, where they're not living up to their plans that they proposed on paper. It's such a irresponsible thing to tie our children's recreation, our children's money to businesses that are about profit. It's lunacy. But anyways, I just kind of wanted to address the fact that by increasing the parking downtown, the price to park, you're making it that much more hard for the homeless people. Like, having a vehicle greatly increases your ability to manage your life. That's just agreed, right? That's why everybody has cars, because it gives you the ability to independently manage your life in a way where being stuck on the bus and the routes and those situations limit your ability to independently decide how you're going to travel through the world, literally, too. So we've funneled all these homeless people downtown, but we're also creating some sort of crazy tourist attraction downtown for culture and all this other thing, which I don't mind, except I think we're losing sight of industry, which is the backbone of Spokane. Spokane is founded on miners and loggers and trappers and steel workers and manufacturing and Keytronics and things of this nature, on top of police, nurses, doctors, and lawyers, and all this good stuff that comes with that. We're not fundamentally a college town or a tourist attraction, but between Dave Condon and now Mayor Nadine, we've developed a downtown that just reeks of the service industry and Disney World. And they want to continue on with this, which, okay, culture is important, tourism is important, but it's not sustainable on its own in times of economic downturn, which that's what we're looking at. What's sustainable at times of economic downturns are manufacturing, right? They're better able to weather the turmoils and trials because people are going to need steel. They're going to need minerals. They're going to need a fur coat, back in the day at least. So I can easily disagree with a lot of things they're doing, but it's not just that. It's just that you're trying to create a downtown that is beautiful and is inviting for Hoop Fest and Bloomsday, while putting all of our ugliest people with the biggest problems and the most susceptible to crime in the same area. This is lunacy. It's moronic. It won't work. I mean, it'll. So, anyways, that's my first take today. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, resist COVID thinking, cancel culture, and don't defund the police. Reform. It's the unions, dummy. Have a good day.